Hey everybody, it's Johnny here with the Terrible Table Podcast. I wanted to jump in real quick before I started this video and say thank you to everybody that has been engaging with the channel. I've gotten a few new subscribers over the last couple of days. Thank you guys for joining in. I do have, I think, a little more fun direction of where we can go here and have a little more fun with this. So keep an eye out for that in upcoming episodes. Thank you for checking it out. Please like, please subscribe, comment. If you want to come on, you know what to do. hismancaveproductions@gmail.com. I'll figure out how to get you on here. This is Ashton Poole. He's Firefighter of the Year in Bossier, Paramedic of the Year at one point in time in Bossier, and he's also one of the hosts of the Battle of the Badges. One of my great friends, all-around great guy. On with the show. We can, okay, all right, we're good. All right,
testing those skills, baby.
Yeah, I just looked up and saw the thing. So all right, back to what we were saying. I'll cut all this out. So when you are racing in your district, you want to be the first one there. Period.
Oh, it's a man thing. Yeah, you don't want to be beat into a fire in your own district.
So what happens
under no circumstances?
What happens if you are? Just ridicule? They hose you down, or
so? On the radio, when you're pulling up, you say engine 9 on scene, and if you're not first on, unless you have a smart ass captain, they're going to say engine 9 on scene, even if they're not, because they see the other truck in front of them. But the other truck pulls up first, and they go engine 3 on scene, and everybody's like, "Ooh!" Everybody on the radio is like, "Ooh, they got beat." They already know, and so now we have to catch the plug. So they're fighting fire. They're pulling hose off their truck. They're going into that house in our district, fighting the fire in our district, and we have to lag back and catch the plug, tie into their truck.
And the plug is obviously the water source.
Yeah, the hydrant, okay. And do all the bitch work to support them in our district.
That's funny.
And then we get to hear the shit while we're doing overhaul, and then when we do our breakdown and talk about how the fire went, like the next shift or something like that. And pretty much for the rest of our career until something changes, So
until somebody else is late.
Or those people don't drive in that station anymore and go somewhere else.
Yeah, okay, all right. Now, do y'all have because, and just for everybody, I hadn't introduced you yet, but as a fireman, I've heard in the military and the Air Force and stuff like that, they have all these weird, go get me some blinker fluid, or in the Air Force, I need a roll of flight line, chem light batteries. Yeah, one of the best ones I ever heard was a guy walked in to a warehouse, a hangar, and there was a young rookie recruit, whatever they call him, running around with a trash bag. And he was just running around the hangar with a trash bag. And he was like, "Hey man, what do y'all have him doing?" And he was like, "Taking air samples." And do y'all have rituals like that in the fire department that you fuck with, like the new guys?
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah,
of course.
And it might be something you can't talk about because there's a brotherhood here that you can't disturb.
No, it's not like that at all. Every department has different stuff, and we watch stuff like this to get ideas to do to our new guys. So we didn't come up with any of this stuff for the most part. Stuff like stirring the tank. We don't want sediment to settle in the tank, so they're up there with a broomstick or a pike pole on top of the truck, just looking around, stirring the tank, seeing if anybody's looking at them. And of course, somebody's over in the corner with their phones. They're recording, giggling, and sending it to everybody else on the fire department. We honk the horns during radio check when they're trying to mic up and talk on the radio. We get them to get a left-handed spanner wrench or any kind of left-handed tool.
Anything left-handed, yeah.
Ambidextrous,
right?
Gosh, a lot of the fun happens with pranks. Not so much stuff like that, but we have a lot of fun with what we have. We have to work with what we have. We do buy a lot of fireworks and keep them on hand year round.
Okay.
But
that's, I'm assuming, how you wake people up,
No, not necessarily.
Oh, no. Just eating dinner and
just kapow. Taking a shit, kapow.
That's good, yeah.
Taking a shit, lights off, kapow.
Oh, wow. Oh, even better. Lights off, kapow.
Taking a shit, smoke bomb, kapow. I'm talking like military.
Like, okay, legit one.
Like slide it. You throw them under their feet. Like,
yeah.
They're stomping. They're doing the hop.
I remember when I lived out in Blanchard, I had an issue one night. I used to cut grass and all that, and I had a trailer that had everything, but it was at my dad's house. And I was at my house in Blanchard, and I walk into one of my garages, and there's a snake that its head is somewhere and its tail is somewhere. I can see the body. And it's like between a television and like trash bag. So my mom was dating Blanchard PD at the time. And I called him and I was like, man, I got a shotgun and a .40 caliber. I was like, I got some kitchen knives, but I don't,
You need a shovel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I need a shovel or something. Can you help me out? And he was like, call the fire department. They're not doing shit. They'll love to come down. And I'm like, all right. So I called down and I talked to some kid, and he's like, yeah, I'll shoot down there in a minute. I'm like, all right. And the next thing I know, I hear, and I hear multiple vehicles.
They're running hot.
There's a fire truck, an ambulance, there's a pickup truck, there's a SUV, and like 14 people show up at my house. They were like, yeah, we weren't doing shit, so we all came down.
Yeah, those volunteers love that shit.
And they get there, and this kid just walks up and was like, oh, I got this. And he grabs that snake, pulls it out into the driveway, cuts its head off, picks his head up with a knife, throws it over into the woods, and was like, there you go, bro. And I was like, all right, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it. I felt like such a bitch. And then the guy was like,
what we do is we take care of bitches.
yeah, no, I don't appreciate it because I was a bitch that day. And the guy was like, hey, man, what are you going to do with this snake body? And I'm like, what kind of fucking question is that? I'm going to throw it in the garbage. And he was like, can I have it? Of course. And he was like, come to the station in the morning. Shift change is 7:20 or something like that when the new guys get here or whatever. He was like, we're gonna mess with somebody. And they coiled that snake up in somebody's boots and then like had a call, like they set off the alarm or whatever, like they're going to a fire, and the guy come running out and put his jumped in his suit and immediately jumped out of it,
crapped his pants.
Everybody's in the parking lot laughing and recording them. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's what a fire station is. And the bigger the fire station, like the more people that are there, the more that shit happens nonstop.
So you got to keep your head on a swivel. Don't fall asleep at the party first type shit, right?
Yeah, so I like to be the guy. Some people do like in-your-face pranks. Like they'll hose you down with water on your birthday and then poof you with some flour so it all sticks to you. We call it antiquing.
All right.
And I like the covert stuff to where you think it was me, but you didn't see me do it. And if you retaliate and you didn't, and it wasn't me, you know for sure it's going to come back tenfold.
Yeah.
So you got to really think long and hard about it. Most people don't retaliate
because they're not sure.
Because they're not 100% sure who did it.
Yeah, you heard it here first, boys.
That's what I've told them that before.
Well, let me introduce you. So, everybody, I've got one of my best friends in the whole wide world here, firefighter of the year, all around badass mofo, Ashton fucking Poole. What is up, man? We started this a little weird, but I don't care. It's my show. I can do what I want.
Damn right.
Yeah, welcome to the Terrible Table Podcast.
Long time no see.
It has been a long time. You come bearing gifts with this Weller hooch, this rock gut, as they call it.
This, my friend, is not rock gut. All Weller products are welcome at my house all the time. My go-to is what's called the Weller Green Label.
Okay.
That's my daily. And I brought this here because it's kind of hard to find, and I wanted you to try it with me. And it is, what do you think?
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's delicious. I don't really drink that much except for on the show. I'll drink every now and then, and that is delightful. And it loosens you up a little bit.
90 proof, yeah. Got me leaning back in my seat a little bit.
It's a far walk from that diesel fuel from your daddy's house now, isn't it?
Oh, Lord. But that was what it was called.
Diesel fuel, 190 proof?
The max.
Yeah, it was
rubbing alcohol, like blow flames.
Yes, yeah. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I was talking about when Foster pulled the refrigerator over.
Oh my God!
I was talking to Ashton, or not Ashton, Jackson about that the other day, because he was talking about some kids that he went to school with that were at a birthday party that were being kind of, they were being a little extra, and I was like, you remember that guy you met at Mardi Gras? That was him for us.
Extra.
Yeah, and he was a little bit extra.
They didn't have that
Love
term
him
back
to death.
then.
No, it was anyway.
But extra was a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I love Brian.
He has broken more shit of mine than I have broken.
Did he ever back into your house with your car?
No, that honor is all yours, my friend.
All mine. Oh man, get your fat ass out and jump, man. Some of the things that we did, I still can't believe I backed into your house.
I can't either.
Yeah,
of all my friends to back into a house,
it was me.
You would not be one of them.
Yeah.
I had to fix the rusty spot, and
yeah, you did. I remember you got that spray paint that turned rust into primer.
yeah.
Did you like spray on bedline the rest of it?
No.
All right, let's get off of that. That's old school.
Yeah.
So, Battle of the Badges. What's what is this? Let me do this here. Let me pull this up and put this up while we're talking.
I'm gonna pour a drink.
Let me have another one if you don't mind.
That's what I brought it for.
That's what's up. So, we got you. You're the host of this?
It is officially put on by my union, the local 1051, Bossier City Firefighters Local 1051. That is our union for Bossier City, and we have been putting this on. Gosh, I wish I knew the exact year. I think we started it in 2007. Was the first year we did it, and it's been on and off since then. We had to shut it down for COVID. We started it back up.
Give me that glass back. Don't be Bogarden.
We started back up last year. We changed. We used to do it at Horseshoe.
Yeah, I saw that at the River
At
Dome.
the River Dome, and last year we did it at the Margaritaville for the first time, and it went good. Margaritaville was great. They worked with us great. They were easy. It is firemen versus police, amateur boxing, and these guys get in there, and it's like a street fight.
I watched a couple of
Some
the
of these
older
guys
fights.
are legit, and they box on the side, and they do have some experience, and they get in there and they dance around, and they play the part well. But most of them get in there
and just waylay
until they can't hold their arms.
Yeah, I saw
anymore.
two.
They're not in good shape.
Yeah, I saw
Some
two
of them work
extremely
out,
fat guys fighting, and it was not very long of a
and they're
fight.
dead.
Yeah, it was done.
After the
They were
first round,
gassed.
they're
Yeah.
dead. And they're in there hugging.
Yeah.
And hats off to them. So they're out there putting it out there for charity. This is all for charity.
Which charity?
So some of it goes to our benevolent fund, which is what we use to take care of our own guys when
Okay.
bad stuff happens
Yeah.
to them or their family.
Makes sense why you were a part of it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Makes more. Yeah.
So that's what it was originally started for, like just for our benevolent fund. And since then, we've kind of expanded. Like we give to the Firefighter Cancer Network. We give to First Chance Medical. They're a Shreveport police. There are some Shreveport police that started this, and they make first aid kits for policemen.
Okay.
So, Battle of the Badges.
Battle of the Badges. Sorry.
It is April 29th at Margaritaville.
All right. What do the tickets cost?
Tickets are $40 for general seating. That's downstairs, and $60 for upstairs. I personally would sit upstairs. There's not a bad seat up there. It's stadium style seating. Assigned, like you can buy your seats, pick your seats.
Where's it at
And there's a bar
Margaritaville?
upstairs.
Where's it at Margaritaville?
It's in there where their stage is.
I guess I've never seen that.
It is a small venue.
How many people do you think?
We can fit about 1,000 people in there max, where the River Dome was more like 1,300 people.
Yeah, I went into the River Dome once. I went and saw a band there. So
if we get any bigger, we're gonna have to go somewhere else.
you think y'all will sell out this year?
I do. Yeah.
Well, this episode, I'm going to make sure this one comes out Monday. Today's the 12th, Monday the 17th, so it comes out before.
Tickets are on Eventbrite.
Yeah, and maybe you'll get exposed to
Like
3 or 4 people.
Tens of people.
Tens of people. Yeah, you'll be exposed to my brother-in-law in Colorado and my sister in California. Hey, Mary. Hey, Raphael.
I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, I'm glad I could get you out there. You know what I mean? I know how important this is to you. So, but who are the fighters you got this year? Obviously, they're firemen, and are they buddy of yours? Is there a fight that you're looking forward to?
So,
how many
in years
fights?
past, we've had some years, and I think this is like the 5th year I've put this on, and we've had some years where we didn't have a lot of our own guys fighting. This year we have 7 of our own guys fighting.
When you say that, you mean like other firemen from other districts and areas?
Oh, yeah, all over the state.
All over the state. Is it just specific to Louisiana, or can you?
No, it can be from anywhere.
It doesn't matter.
We pull mostly from
Oh,
Louisiana.
look at that. I didn't know that. I figured it was just Bossier.
Well, like Monroe
Bossier
has
cops and Bossier.
Monroe, little props to Monroe. They have a good Battle of the Badges also. And some of their fighters come over and fight for us, and I hope some of our fighters go over and fight for them too.
I didn't realize. I figured it was just like close, like Bossier Parish. Like you guys just over there, Bossier City, Bossier Parish.
No, we got cops. We got cops from Alexandria, Pineville, the Monroe area. We've had a cop flying from Atlanta to fight. wound up being a Golden Glove boxer and knocked our fireman out in about 17 seconds.
Yeah, all right.
That was when we were first getting started with it. That I wouldn't help him put that on, and that we don't do that anymore. We try to match them up based on weight, height, and experience.
How difficult is that to get that right?
Major pain in the ass.
I bet it is.
I don't. So that's the only part of it that I don't handle. We have a team of guys. Hunter Barkey is heading that up, and that's their only job is to manage the fighters, to get them in and line them up, match them up, and get all their blood work and approved by the state and all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow! Like it's okay. It's
boxing commissions there.
Okay,
it's legit, man. We ain't half-assed.
No, I mean, look, I'm ghetto. You know what I mean? So I had to put this shit on in my backyard.
Yeah,
you know,
this ain't
here, sign some waivers. No,
it started
awesome.
off in a backyard, but now it's legit.
That's awesome. So, have you ever fought? Did you ever put gloves on?
No.
Will you ever?
No.
I
get punched in the face. I'd probably pull a knife out of my boot and wake up in prison.
Not much has changed.
I'd wake up in prison.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I told you I downloaded some videos, right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I want to show you one.
Can they see these?
They can see these,
okay.
Yeah. Tell me what you think about this.
I've seen this.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
How crazy is that? You know that, obviously not to that degree, but you know that happened to me one day with the trailer, the lawn trailer.
You lost the tire on the trailer?
I didn't lose a tire on the trailer. Another lawn crew, I was leaving. You remember where Commercial Power was at Wallace Lake?
Yep.
And Burt Coons?
Yep.
I was leaving Commercial Power equipment, and I cannot believe how much air that car
really
got.
gets some
It's
height,
so funny. But, you know, like to break off, look, insult to injury, the tire comes back and hits him again.
Bam, take that.
But no, this guy was riding in front of me, and he lost a tire off of his trailer. His spare tire came off of his trailer and hit the ground and started bouncing towards me. And I mean, I was slowing down trying to like avoid it, and when I turned to avoid hitting it, it got under my trailer. It broke. You know how those trailers have those wooden planks? Mm-hmm. It has, maybe 7 wooden planks? Mm-hmm. It broke like 4 of them. I saw the blades of one of my lawnmowers.
Oh, wow.
And I had an X-Mark and a Toro, that shitty-ass Toro that I used to have.
Shit Toro, yeah.
So the X-Mark was the one that I was using mostly, so it was to the back of the trailer. And it actually landed on top, like, the motor was on the seat of the Toro.
What size was that X-Mark?
Both of them were 48s.
Oh, little babies.
Yeah. Well, I had that little trailer. That little trailer I think it would only do a 52. I think it was 52 or 54 wide.
Is that JT's old trailer?
Yeah, the JT's old trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't hold much more than that.
Oh, 52. 52 is a lot quicker than a 48.
Yeah, but I was broke back then too. You know, that's why I bought that shit ass Toro. But yeah, no, I cannot believe how much air this car gets. It's crazy how strong rims are.
I tell you what else you would believe is how bad wrecks can happen, how bad they look, and nobody's hurt.
Yeah.
And then the vice versa. A wreck that is on a street where the speed limit's 25, they're probably speeding doing 35, and they're fucked up.
I'm sure you've seen some of the craziest of crazies. Like, I've got some bad videos, and I'm into all that gory shit. Helicopter accidents where people get hit by the blades.
Gory shit doesn't bother me. There are some things that do bother me, but not to the point where you want to quit. The stuff that makes me want to quit are the fucking naked people that I have to fight.
You have to fight naked people on the regular.
Nobody wants to fight a fucking naked person.
No. That's a good defense strategy.
If you're about to get jumped, just get naked.
Just get naked. Yeah, that's a good defense. Good call.
We have these people on jacked up on this synthetic fentanyl and all this crazy shit, and they get butt naked. They're running a fever. They're hot, so they just get naked, and they don't make any sense. And sometimes they're nice and they cooperate, and sometimes it's on. We have stuff that'll calm them down, but we got to get them down.
Get it to them.
We got to get them down first.
Yeah.
And the cops help. They don't want to help. Nobody wants to help. We just look at them and we shake our head. We're like,
man, I didn't even think about that.
We're about to have to fight this naked person.
You know,
they're sweaty. And they're naked.
Yeah, I'm going to get hit in the face with this dude's dick. Like, I know it. I can feel it.
Nobody wants to take a tally whack
and this,
to the face.
and this isn't like, this is obviously synthetic fentanyl dick, too, so I'm sure it's pretty thick and limber, right? Fucking hanging out there. It's not all inside
It's
yet.
actually been more women.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And not women.
And I'm sure that's
not women
fucking,
that you want to
yeah, I'm sure that's just as bad. Like,
No.
oh, God, I don't want that woolly booger on my elbow.
They lead with that, too. They like come at you.
Kick their leg. That's fucked up.
It is fucked up. That's what makes me want to quit.
You know, and I listen. Me and a buddy of mine, Matt. You remember Matt Thomas?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes.
Me and him will hang out back here and listen to the scanner every now and then. And it seems like most of the calls that I ever hear are fucking old people that can't breathe, like a hard trouble breathing.
It's falls, man. The
Falls.
Bless their heart, the old people. They get up. They have to pee all night, and they get up and pee in the middle of the night, and they fall. Go into the bathroom or going back to the bed, and they fall. And we get up all night picking up. Depending on what station you're at. Some stations have a lot of old people or nursing homes.
Yeah.
Some don't. Some are in like number 6 is down by the casinos. They make a lot of casino runs. They have some lower income neighborhoods that make a lot of runs there. That neighborhood is up late at night, so they're up all night with that neighborhood, and then the casinos get fired off in the morning, or wrecks on I-20. So we got like that station 6. They just don't sleep.
That's that newer. This is the one you were at for a while there. When I used to, I'd come hang out with you at Music Mountain Water Days.
When I first got my medic, I went to number 6, and I cut my teeth there for a long time.
And where are you at now?
I'm at 9.
Which one is that one?
That's on Brownlee Road.
That's north, right?
Yeah, that's way up in North Bossier. We got a lot of old folks' homes and doctors' offices, and I go between 9 and Trauma 5 to Precept, like new medics and all that kind of stuff. It's all really boring.
Do you know why we listen to the scanner like we do? Because we're waiting on that. Holy shit, he's got a gun! We're waiting on that call to come across the radio. I hadn't heard it yet. We did hear a guy one night where the dispatch said, responding units, be advised that the lady in question is nude. And the guy responded back, 10-4.
10-4.
10-4. Yeah, all right. Headed that way now. So do y'all, with the Battle of the Badges, do any of your like captains, or I don't know what they'd be called, the chain of command guys, but your higher ups, do any of them, with the fire department and the police department, do any of them go, head to head, or is nothing like that?
No, we've had a couple of high drivers fight. The Shelton brothers both fought, and I think they were high drivers. I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
But other than that, those are probably the oldest people that we've had fight. It's mostly young guys. I'm trying to think right now. All we have is young guys fighting. And they're all in their 20s, and they're in shape, and they're
fuck them.
They're yoked
fuck
up.
Them.
They're yoked up,
yeah,
ready to go.
Kiss my ass.
I told them, I better not say that. You can edit this.
I can edit whatever out.
Okay. We've had a fight. We can go back. We can pick back up.
So we had a fight.
We had a fight. I think it was the first year I put this on. I helped put it on. A guy named Tad Henderson started this by himself, and I started helping him. Me and Jacob Dyson, and he kind of got tired of doing it, so he sat down, and me and Jacob Dyson ran with it. And our first year to help him with it, one of our brand new guys named Garrett Towery, it was the last fight of the night, and we had like 16 fights that night, so it was like midnight. It was a long night, and he knocked the dude smooth out of the fucking ring in the first round. And it was another fireman. So sometimes firemen have to fight firemen. It just depends on how it all matches up. But the crowd went fucking bananas. I mean, it was the best ending to a fight night that you could have. Like just full drama. You know what I mean?
Right.
The crowd stands up like, ooh, what happened? He fought. The medics are over there. We have medics on standby, and they're checking them out.
It's WWE all the way, baby.
It's out of the ring. It's gotten crazy. They're breaking tables now.
Fuck yeah.
And so.
Did he just suplex that guy?
That's what we go for. It's for entertainment, and it's for charity. So the more entertained the people are, the more people show up next year.
Right, yeah.
And the more we make for charity.
So how many, and I don't know if you said this already, how many fights do y'all have this year?
Right now we have 12. It's always changing. We have people back out at the last second. We do have some people on standby. So our goal is 12. Let's put that
Yeah,
way.
okay, gotcha.
Last year we had 8.
So now, anybody that's listening that's interested in going, how long of an event is this going to end up being? Is it 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours?
So the doors open at 6. Fights start at 7. It'll probably, with 12 fights, it'll probably be 4 hours long.
That's not bad.
So our MC, do you know who Martin Grau is?
Is he like a used car salesman?
No, he does those funny. He used to do the funny commercials for the
Does he talk like this? Does he have kind of a raspy voice?
It's real raspy.
Yeah, I think I know. I thought.
Hey, I'm Martin Grau.
Yeah, but I thought, okay, does he do furniture?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's
He
it.
had it. You just sold it.
Yes.
Yes, that's what all
Yes,
the commercials
furniture,
were.
yes.
But the commercials were hardly about furniture. He'd talk about whatever's on the
Yeah,
side.
I did this week in politics. I want to talk about this, and you can get a desk from us today.
Basically.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that guy.
You
Yeah.
just give him some props. He's helped us out a lot. He has put a lot of his own time and effort and money into this Battle of the Badges. And that is a company that he is getting into now.
Athlete representation.
That's it.
Maximize your potential with Southern Coast Sports. Southern Coast, that's a decent name. You don't really think about the Southern Coast, it's always east or west.
When I tell you this dude is funny, this dude is funny.
I used to enjoy his commercials. I can't lie to you, and I'm just scrolling through.
You need
them.
to get him in here.
I'd love to if you got access. I'd
I'm going to
love
talk
to.
about rambling and talking.
Yeah,
about
no,
this,
that sounds like an Alex Jones
and
episode.
wandering off talking about shit. That's the guy you want.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that. Yeah, if you got that kind of access, I'll take him. I'll take anybody that wants to come in here and hang out. You know, this is all this is. It's just bullshit. And I don't know what I'm trying to do. I don't know what my voice will end up being. I do know that I have to find a what is it, niche. And I think I may have found it today, as a matter of fact. So, have you ever watched the Are You Garbage podcast? Do you watch any podcasts?
Not really.
So there's one that I watch called Are You Garbage? And they basically ask questions from, like, the way people grew up. Did you grow up classy or did you grow up poor? So back to what I was saying. So if the niche that I might be thinking of is only get people that are our age. So you ask them like 80s and 90s questions, like, did you wear Jinkos?
No.
What was your AOL Instant Messenger chat name?
Didn't have one.
Here's one that I know that you will love, and I wrote this down for you specifically. Did you have a pager code? Because you did, and I remember what it was.
Remember this
pagers?
is me?
Yeah, it's me. I'm paging you from a number.
5454?
It was just 54.
54.
Mine was 12.
12.
Yeah.
I did have a pager for just a little while.
Yeah, I
bought my girlfriend a pager too.
I had a pager for a long time.
Remember there was a code for I love you. What?
143. 143. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just remember the garage at your house.
Dude, my wife and my son have a hard time believing me when I tell them how many people used to come over there. My wife is like, no, they didn't. There was never 30 people.
How many people were going to be there?
Nope. You might show up, might be 4. Might show up, might be none. Might show up, might be 35.
35.
Dude, I remember cars being lined up and down the street over there at Dad's house.
Remember that dude we were going to scare that day? It was some random black guy that walked up. It was a friend of a friend, and he wanted to ride somewhere. And we're like, all right, yeah, hop in. He's real thug looking. He had his hoodie down. He wasn't talking to anybody. He's real mean mugging and all that kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, man, hop in. I'll give you a ride. And we go to Circle K, and he goes inside to get something. We all go inside to get something. We come out, and I was like, watch this. I'm going to scare this dude. And we put on Prodigy in the Blazer with the 215s in the back.
215s in the doghouse.
And I got Prodigy waiting. I'm waiting for him to come out at Circle K and get in. And I'm going to hit Prodigy, smack my bitch up, loud as it'll fucking go. And he gets in there, and I hit it, and I come out of that Circle K at the corner of Olive and
Line Avenue,
sideways, playing Smack My Bitch Up as loud as it would fucking go. And this dude starts screaming.
I do remember
like
that.
a woman.
Yes.
And starts like rave dancing in my side seat.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I fucked up.
I
misjudged this completely.
I do remember that. I wish I could remember that guy's name, but I do remember
And we
that.
dropped him off at that gay bar by Mama Mia's or whatever it was called.
Kitty Mia's back then.
Kitty Mia's, yeah.
I don't know the name of that bar, but I know what you're talking about. It's where Ivan's is now.
When he started doing that, I was like,
It's time
This
to
just backfired.
Yeah, this.
Johnny, you still back?
Yeah, this is not going to scare this guy. You remember when we were headed to Coshada that one time, and we stopped at that Circle K south of town, and that dude James had that dude buy beer, and those other guys stole beer, and yeah, that shit was so funny.
And we were just out.
Yeah, that dude got so mad and walked off.
You know, it'd be a good show if you want to tell stories like that. Would be to get like JT, me, and Brian,
And Pee Wee.
and Pee Wee, maybe James.
James definitely.
He was around for a lot of them too.
Yeah, we pulled him out of a lot of
He's
scenarios.
running for city council though. I don't know if he wants to tell these stories.
Probably not.
Probably
I mean, it might help him, if people, know who he is. Thinking back, I could not have asked for a better, growing up relationship than the ones that I had with you guys. It was so much fun. Because I grew up with a lot of pot smokers, and we were all ghetto chill, and then whatever reason, I
don't know why.
I got out of it with you guys, and we'd start going to Coshada and shit like that, hanging out down there, and it was just
mud riding.
It was so much fun, so much fun.
Got you out of your element.
Yeah, definitely, and it was some of the shit that we did back then,
and we never got stuck.
Never, not you and me. Remember we broke the jack out that one time? You got high centered way back there where
I got high
there's some
centered
apartments or whatever.
trying to pull off a levee.
Yeah.
And we jacked the bumper up high enough until the whole truck slid down and the wheels caught.
Got the fuck out of there. That's right.
Now, it took a little while to think of it.
Yeah, it did.
But we never got stuck. We're undefeated.
Yes. And back here behind the haystack, when you told me, get your fat ass out on the bumper. Get your fat ass out and jump. You got it, boss. We got right out of that scenario too.
About saying it like that.
It was fucking great.
I should have said body positive.
Dude, it was not at all. Not even
not
a
in
little.
1995?
Not even a little.
Okay.
Hell no.
It worked.
It did.
And
I got my fat ass out there on that bumper,
but a 90-pound dude wouldn't have done it.
And I would have probably hit something if I'd have gotten in the driver's seat. I'd have backed into a house.
You'd have found a fucking house.
I'd have found the corner of a house with your bumper.
You already killed that glass?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, man. Mama ain't raised no bitch. So, I was looking at this thing the other day that I thought you might laugh at. Did you know that in Vietnam they dropped a toilet bomb?
I did know that.
Did you?
I just saw that on.
I love the internet. It's great.
I did just see that.
I wrote it down just for you. A toilet bomb. They literally. And
awesome.
The story was a bunch of people stood around the plane so the people in the tower couldn't see it, or they wouldn't have let the plane take off for the aircraft carrier or whatever. And then they go and fucking drop this toilet bomb in Vienna. What kind of fucking opium were those fucks smoking back then?
Oh no, they're just like firemen.
Just fucking crazy and just fun, bored, wanting to do something.
Trying to make the most out of a shitty situation. That's what they were doing.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Did you know, speaking of the Asian area, did you know that it's illegal? They'll write you a ticket if you laugh too loud in Hawaii.
Really?
No,
I did not know that.
You have to keep it to a low ha.
You motherfucker. It's traditionally I'm the one that tells a stupid joke, so I need to do something in honor of that joke and go.
Yeah, touche. It's your turn.
You
set it up later. I don't want you to do. Weird.
Yeah, no, I'd make it weird. What's green and has wheels? Grass. I'm just bullshitting about the wheels. That's just stupid jokes like that.
That's terrible.
There's a book right over there of a bunch of dad jokes that my kids got me.
Love dad jokes.
I love them. What do you get when you cross freeway with a bicycle? Run over. Oh. All right, I got another video for you. You can tell me what you think about this one. Now, for those of y'all that are just listening to it, there's 4 kids around what I describe as a vertical merry-go-round, like a suspended one in the air.
They hang from it in the air. Was that a boy?
Not anymore. I don't know what he identifies as now.
Yeah, that was definitely a dude.
But man, do you remember when I know it was you that was there when I was going to walk into my dad's house and I tripped.
Hit pause.
When I was going to walk into my dad's house and I tripped.
You rolled and played it off?
And I crushed that fucking water thing right there in front of my dad's house and rolled and played it off.
You rolled and played it off and lit a cigarette.
Yeah. Nothing happened.
Nothing
happened.
Totally meant to do that.
I meant to do that. That's what it was. Don't worry about it.
So
I don't think that kid's walking that off. I really don't.
I had something funny to say and I forgot.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I started talking. It happens.
How do you hit your nuts that hard? Oh, I remember the first time I hit my nuts. I was in like first grade.
That's when you like came
It
online.
was a life-changing moment
Yeah.
when I hit my nuts for the first time.
What'd you hit them on? You remember?
I was trying to climb it was a weird-looking playground piece of equipment that they had some weird shit back when we were kids.
Yes, they
And
did.
Everything was metal.
Everything
and
was stainless
hot.
steel. Yeah.
It was like 3 poles that went up and had a twirly thing in the middle, but it was just little poles. Anyway, I was going to try to climb this pole. I was racing somebody, so I thought I'd get a head start and jump. That was
Bad call.
a bad call.
You remember it? I mean, this has been.
Vividly, first grade.
Wow.
At elementary, University Elementary.
Yeah.
And the bell rang right when I hit my nuts, and that thing was the furthest away from the door, and I walked. I did the like
Walk of shame.
oh my legs. I was doing the waddle all the way back to.
Do you remember the first time you knocked the wind out of yourself? I do. That's like your nut story is like when I fell off of. You remember how they had those tall slides that you'd have to go up 10 or 12 steps to get to the top of it, and then it had that plastic dome on it.
Yeah.
I climbed up on one of those domes.
On the dome.
And what my idea was I was going to jump off of it onto the slide, and I jumped off of it and hit the corner of the slide and fell off and landed on my back and knocked the wind out of myself. Thought I was dead. Couldn't catch my breath. Like, that sound that you make when somebody fucking falls. And
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I remember like I was so close to death. At least I thought I was. Now I saw this as from firemen. I sped it up a little bit, obviously. But is this the kind of shit that you guys train for? Like,
Is he about to squeeze through that fucking
he's
hole?
about to squeeze through that fucking hole. He's got his mask on. He leaves everything on.
This is a narrow motherfucker.
I mean, is that the kind of shit y'all train for real?
We have we do stuff similar to that, but nobody's that fucking skinny.
Now let me ask you this: so what I would like when I watch him put his air tank through there, it's got that shoulder strap, and this is what I wanted to ask you. But I mean, so are y'all's like for something like that? Is it y'all are set up and geared up where like it's specific? Like there's a specific shoulder harness for you, and if it'll fit through there, you'll fit through there type shit, like a cat's whiskers almost.
No, because everybody's such.
Well, that's why I was like, when I watched him maneuver that thing through it, I was wondering like, how would you
All
know?
the air packs are the same size.
How the fuck would you know you fit through that?
You don't. He didn't. Oh, I mean, he did because it's videoed. But
Right.
No, you would be experimenting with that. No, typically we'd cut through whatever that is.
Okay.
We would breach it somehow. We got all kind of saws, K-12 saws, cutting tools, hydraulic cutting tools. We got everything we need to breach
Pretty much anything.
pretty much anything. But I guess if time was a problem, like if you hear somebody in there screaming, you want to get in there,
Or you're trying to get out from one side to another.
or you're trying to get out. Yeah, you get trapped in something.
You ever been trapped in anything?
No. We don't make a whole lot of fire in Bossier City. I have made some great fires over my 18-year career, but it's taken a career to like Shreveport. They burn 2 or 3 down a day.
Oh, really?
Oh my God!
I guess I didn't realize that.
And a lot of them are smaller, older, like shacks. They're shotgun
Yeah.
homes and stuff like that.
And
Not all of them, but some of them.
And I guess Bossier's not as old of a city as Shreveport is.
So-
I guess not.
I guess not. But also our old neighborhoods, are not near as big as Shreveport's old neighborhoods.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And a lot of them have already burnt down.
Yeah.
And so when we do have fires, we have them in those older neighborhoods, and they're small. They're 1,000 square foot homes. We go in there, we put them out with one truck, and we feel like heroes, and nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
And it's all good. But when we have big houses, or like the church fire, we had First Baptist catch on fire.
You responded to that?
I did. They called us in for overtime. I was at home,
Oh wow.
and they called everybody. They said, if you can come on. So I go get my gear from the station. I just show up. Where do you want me? And we go to work. And I fought fire all day.
That's crazy.
We did. I mean, we saved the new church, but we lost pretty much everything else in the process.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't you do like some form of like scuba certification? Or
No.
was that Brian? Maybe.
That's probably Brian.
Probably Brian. Okay. I just remember one of y'all talking about it because
I
we
did
have a friend of ours, Brian Foster. Shout out to Brian, who's a Shreveport Fire Department.
Brian's Shreveport's big old.
No, you were searching. You were training a dog.
Yes.
is what I remember. You still got that dog?
I had a live fine search and rescue dog. I trained myself, got him certified through USAR, SUSAR, or NASAR, whatever it's called, and I got on our state urban search and rescue team. I'm still on the state urban search and rescue team. I went down to the Thibodaux, Grand Isle area a couple of falls ago, when that bad hurricane came through.
Yeah, with the Cajun Navy.
We were down there with all that, and I've been on about 10 years now. Been to Jacksonville.
You still got that dog? Is it your dog?
He's still alive. He retired. I retired him and found him a nice home to live in because he was a terrible pet.
No shit.
He was an awesome search and rescue dog, but he was 100 miles an hour. He only had one speed. My blind daughter was scared to death of him because she never could tell which direction he was coming from.
Yeah.
And his reward was stuffed animals. I got 2 daughters.
Yeah, that have
What's in my house?
Yeah. Stuffed animals. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't conducive when he finally got old and too old to do his job. I found him a house in the country, big ass yard, and he's living the good life.
Living the high life.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. All right, now one last question that I wanted to ask you earlier, and I'm just drunk and I didn't think about it, or just drifted. So when me and Megan were talking about her dog attack, the fire department came and picked her up and took her to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that when my dad has had incidents, they've been life-threatening incidents, and they had to take him to the nearest hospital, period. If it's a non-life-threatening incident like that, are you not required to take him to the nearest hospital?
It's major trauma. LSU is the only level 1 trauma center.
So because hers was major trauma, that's why she would have been taken there
went to LSU instead
versus Willis Knight and Bossier, which
That's right.
is significantly closer.
That's right. Any gunshot
There you go,
wound,
Megan. Answers that.
You have a gunshot wound in the parking lot. Well, not in the parking lot because that's happened. But in close proximity.
Welcome to Shreveport Bossier, right?
Willis Knight Bossier. Yeah, they had a shooting last year.
Jesus.
Willis Knight Bossier. Willis Knight Bossier is not set up to take care of a gunshot wound of major trauma. LSU is level 1 trauma center. Take all major trauma to them.
Gotcha. Okay, that answers that.
And it varies with other stuff like stroke centers. Some ERs can handle strokes, some can't. Some can handle heart attacks, some can't.
Man, I watched him land a helicopter in the middle of the road over there at Willis Knight and Bossier one time.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't have a helipad for Willis Knight Bossier, so they call the fire department. We stop traffic.
Yeah.
The ambulance is waiting. The helicopter lands. For legal reasons, we have to take the patient, put him in the back of the ambulance, and take him around to the ER.
Well, man, I think I've run out of shit to talk about. What do you think?
Plenty of shit to talk about.
No, we got plenty.
Save it for another time.
Yeah, stuff that we can't talk about, necessarily on air. Do you want to say anything else about the Battle of the Badges?
March 29th. April 29th at Margaritaville. Doors open at 6. Fight starts at 7. All for charity. And what else? Get your tickets at eventbrite.com.
I'll leave a link to the Eventbrite. That's what that webpage was that was pulled up over here.
Or you can get them at the door if you need to.
Are they more expensive at the door or the same price?
Same price.
Same price.
Same price.
Open, can you drink?
Actually, they'll be a little cheaper at the door if you pay cash because Eventbrite has their little
their fees.
Their little fees that they put on there.
Now, is there alcohol? Can you drink?
It's 21 and up.
21 and up.
So it's a party.
Well, brother, I cannot express how much I really appreciate you coming over here. It's fucking great to see you. I feel like I hadn't seen you in forever.
Good to see you too. What you gonna call this one?
This will be, it'll be me and Ashton, and it'll say, Battle of the Badges, whatever, or me and the Firefighter of the Year, something like that. So, and we never even talked about that. You fucking.
We didn't. I've got Firefighter of the Year. I got Paramedic of the Year.
Same year or multiple years? Man, you are something else. And when I told my wife a long time ago, we were talking about you. This was years ago. And because I want to say she had you've met my wife, but it was a long time ago. And yes. I want to say before you met my wife, we were talking about it, and I was telling her that this is my dude, blah blah blah. When I heard you got Firefighter of the Year, I looked at my wife and said, "Told you so," because I've always said, out of all the people that I cut my teeth with, you were the one that's going to do something.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you've always been the most well-rounded individual that I knew.
That award meant so much to me, and you can put this.
Yeah.
That award meant so much to me because the union, when I got hired, the union was fundraising for a guy named Vernon Gobert that had cancer, a fireman. And so I learned early on that, this is what we do. We take care of each other. And when my daughter was born blind, here they are. They rallied around me. Nobody wants to be that guy that they rally around, but I was that guy.
Right.
It took some adjusting and to accept that, and they rallied around me. And my hands were full raising her and her sister, and getting back on track. But as soon as I was able to, I got full blown back into the union, helping with Battle of the Badges and whatever else I can get my hands on, because I am that grateful to how good this union and the Bossier City Fire Department has been to me, letting me off work to do what I need to do for my daughter. So, yeah, Bossier City Fire Department needs something from me. I volunteer. The union needs something from me. That's why I'm here with the Battle of the Badges. That's why I help with any fundraiser that needs help with, or anything for that matter. I learned early on what we were about, and then I received that, and now I'm at a point where I can give it back to everybody else.
It's beautiful.
And that's why I got Firefighter of the Year from our union.
From giving back so much.
From giving back.
Yeah. Well, I will say it like this: in a world full of Johnny Gateses, be an Ashton Poole. I love you, brother. I appreciate it again, man.
Good to see you.
All right, man.